There are some pretty good things about Barney's talent show, but there are some things where I feel like there was definitely room for improvement as well. This is a Barney and Friends special from 1996, directed by Pat Smith, and while I'm watching Barney for the nostalgia, I don't remember this specifically. I have no recollection of this special at all, but I had some fun watching it now as an adult. Some of the songs were nostalgic, and I had fun analysing it, and I have to say, generally speaking, it's pretty good. Barney and Friends are putting on a talent show. The title says it all. And it's mostly songs and dancing, definitely like a traditional Barney episode, except they're actually on a stage. And it gives the children this sense of putting on a show, because normally we just see them as children playing, preschoolers or in early years education, and they're just singing Dancing with Barney. But here we actually see them, well, I see them as children with proper talent, not just children playing children. They're children who have got experience with dancing and acting and singing, and it actually makes them feel like little performers. And I really enjoy that aspect of it. Also, let's just appreciate how much Min has grown since the first season, because I haven't watched every episode up until this point. I haven't seen Min or indeed any other characters growing, and Min's certainly one who was, appeared most frequently. And I just can't believe it. Just makes me feel so old. Bearing in mind, well, she's older than me because I would have been 4 when this came out, and she's definitely older than 4 in this episode. But we get to see them performing, and it genuinely looks like they're having a great time, which is really infectious because it makes you want to get up and dance and be on stage. And if it encourages even one child to look into taking dance lessons or musical theatre classes, I think it's done a pretty good job. But even if it doesn't, there are still opportunities for learning. We have some great songs in this, and I'll talk about the songs in a moment. And the costumes as well. I thought the costumes were really brilliant. So the few things that I didn't like first of all, and then I'll get in with the songs. I didn't like the magic element. Yes, it's a talent show, there's a bit of variety. I have to praise it for including variety. But I feel like every time we had the magic act, it just slowed things down a bit. And I don't like magic. I've never really cared for magic, which is ironic because Sabrina the Teenage Witch is my all-time favorite TV show. But in terms of magicians and rabbits out of a hat, even as a young child, it didn't appeal to me. So maybe that's more of a personal preference thing. Also, the beginning is slow. It takes 15 minutes for the talent show to begin, and it's only a 45-minute special, so 1/3 of this is just setting up to prepare for the talent show. They definitely could have got to the point much more quickly, and I feel like there was no need to drag that beginning out too much. But once it got going, it was actually pretty decent. So I'll give you a snapshot of some of the songs that we have. Mainly, these are the songs that appealed to me. We have The More We Share Together, and various other Western themes, and I really enjoyed that. We had Home on the Range and Buffalo Gals, and the costumes I loved. I love Westerns, so that really appealed to me. Alouetta was beautifully done and very well staged. We also have the Blue Danube Waltz, which I wasn't expecting. It's played with various different kind of homemade instruments, and Barney's playing a xylophone, I think, which again provides children with some motivation and encouragement to get their own instruments or make their own instruments. So there are various things in this that could encourage creativity, which is always a really good thing. We had Tara Rabundie and a song I hadn't heard of called We've Got Shoes, but I rather liked it. So we had a good variety of songs, of music styles, of performances, which I really enjoyed. I thought that worked very well, and it means that it's going to appeal to children of different tastes. And there are songs here that I thought were good and well executed, really well choreographed, but maybe didn't appeal to me. Oh, one that I nearly forgot to mention. We have the Copycat Sisters, the twins in this. The act is called the Copycat Sisters. Their performance was scarily amazing because it's one twin is on one side of the what looks like a mirror, and the other twin's on the other side. Obviously, it's just a gap in the stage, in the set design, and they're copying each other's actions, but it's scarily accurate to the point where if you didn't tell me it wasn't a mirror, I wouldn't know. Apart from when they went in the opposite directions, as dictated by the choreography, which made it obvious. But I just thought it was really fantastic and really well done. Such precision, really, really, and that's kind of where I started to think. Here we're enjoying these performances by actors, by performers, not just children on a television show, but actual performers, some of whom, maybe all of whom, have professional training. I don't know how they scouted for Barney children, but we really get to see a lot of this talent, and I think it's a great way to showcase the children's talent, and I think that's a really beautiful thing. So I have to say, it may not be perfect, the pacing's a bit off, and I don't care for the magic, but Barney's talent show is pretty good, definitely entertaining for younger viewers, but something as a rather older viewer that I have a lot of appreciation for as well. It's definitely pretty good.